that, folks, is Nervecast, their latest release from 2 weeks' notice. They've just the video just came out, Matthew, what, a week ago, I think, for
Yes,
this,
it did. Yeah,
this song "Lie Here Awake."
March 15th is when we officially released it.
And I'm
Nice.
of course
On all platforms.
I want to ask you about the video recording and all that, but for the sake of some sense of continuity for anybody that was listening prior to our little break, we were right in the middle of a great story about your model of downtown Brampton. So you're at the farmers market, you unveil it, you're getting public input,
Yeah.
and what happens from there?
Well, what happens from there was I took all my data, because what I did was I made like a little petition kind of thing, right, where people, they can put their input in.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I want to have it used it as a movie theater. I wanted it as a live concert thing, right? So once I had all that, I was able to kind of sift through it and think, okay, 50% want this, 25% want this, and the other 25 is all miscellaneous. So what I concluded was, yeah, stick with my original plan, multi-purpose venue, right? That can cater towards these things that everybody likes, right? That's what I thought initially, but I wanted to get the public input too, just to kind of confirm it, right?
That makes sense, yeah.
Now, once I got that, now I want to make a proposed design of the theater myself.
Okay.
Because I've went to a couple places that have similar concepts, right? Old vintage theaters that were abandoned, and somebody bought the place, flipped it, took it over, right?
Okay.
Went into a movie theater, a concert venue. There's a cool place in Guelph you got to check out called the Bookshelf.
Okay.
This was a neat place. 2-story place.
Okay.
It's got a bookstore on the first floor.
Yeah.
It's partnered with a restaurant right next to it. And there's a movie theater on the second floor.
Okay.
I went to go see Bohemian Rhapsody there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, and they got combos like, you know, dinner and a movie. It's a good place to take a date to, or
Right.
a night out with your girlfriend, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Go have a nice night on the town. I'm thinking it'd be great for...
But everything is the same building.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of students there, right? Because
Mhm.
it's a university town, right? So it's a
Nice.
great place for people to go do something, right? And that's what something Brampton needs, right? So I was thinking something like that. Now, once I got my design, I want to propose it to council.
Yeah.
Get them on board. And then once I've got them on board, there's this one gentleman who I want to reach out to.
Okay.
His name was dropped to me when I was at the farmer's market. This elderly lady came up.
Okay.
She said, "You got to get in contact with this one guy."
Okay.
I won't mention his name right now, but he said he's an extremely wealthy guy, and he does what you're doing. He
Okay.
likes to look for places like this, buy them, flip them, turn them into something, right?
Right,
So
right.
get in contact with him.
Yeah.
But before I reach out to him, right, I want to have the backing of council, right? Because if I reach out to him on my own, he's going to be, "Who are you, kid?" Right? Get
Right.
lost, right?
Okay.
But
Okay.
if the mayor of Brampton reaches out to him, maybe he'll listen for 5
Right.
minutes, right?
Okay. Very
so
cool.
that's
Very
my
cool.
plan. So there's a lot in store for this summer.
Yeah.
So
No, that's great.
I'll
And
keep
you
posted.
all that stuff too was happening during the municipal elections last year.
Yes, it
so,
was.
So did that help get sort of were people a little bit more in the mood of thinking about, oh yeah, we should
need
get involved with
change
civic
absolutely.
engagement, that kind
Absolutely.
of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, that's really cool. And it's nice to see, you know, different folks in the community kind of bring in their different pieces. I think from the outside, when you know, and I'm the same as everybody else, that whenever I'm not involved with something, by definition, I don't really know who the players are or what's going on. It always looks like when you're on the outside that anybody doing something, oh, they must be part of it. They must be have a leg up. But the reality is I'm sure you know you found, and we all know, that's not the case. Whoever's there is just the people that are trying to make a difference.
Well, that's it.
And if it looks like they are professional and organized and passionate, it's because they're professional, organized, and passionate citizens in many cases.
Well, that's just it.
Right.
You just gotta get out and do it, right?
Yeah, and so you know the
Yeah,
more
we're
you
talking
see
about
it, yeah, you don't need permission.
No.
You don't need necessarily tons of money or anything. You bring your ideas, bring your passion. If you line it up with your talent to how you can express it,
That
bonus.
we can change things.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah,
honestly.
no,
You
that's
put it
great.
beautifully.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We'll keep us posted, Matthew, on what we should expect this summer and when to come see, because I've only seen the pictures and a bit of video of the design. I want to come see it
Yeah, unfortunately, I
person.
couldn't bring it in
I know it'd be a little
today, right?
it'd be a little clumsy, and I could just see. I wouldn't want to be responsible for something like that where it gets knocked over and then it's like, oh no, we took out a boulevard. Whoops. Yeah.
Well, actually, part of it got knocked over at the farmer's market.
Oh no.
There's a section of it. Yeah.
Oh no.
little kid by accident, but
Oh, no.
yeah, everything's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he from Elizabeth Street? Because I know a family on Elizabeth Street, and
no idea.
no, I'm teasing, of course.
But,
They're all, you know, yeah. And it wouldn't have been a little kid. He would have been a bigger little kid, and
oh, no kidding.
might have been a little stumbly. Anywho, so that's pretty cool. So Nervecast, you guys are pretty busy. We heard the one song from 2 Weeks Notice. That was the second video that you guys have made, and they're available, of course. So at Nervecast, and YouTube are the main places to go for the vid. What was the recording process like? It was pretty, because these are pretty slick videos. They're very cool.
Well, yeah, I wasn't really involved much with Lie Here Awake. That was more Everett, because it was kind of more of the storyline kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
His girlfriend dies and then brings it back to life with like the whole black magic thing, right?
Yeah.
Everything goes into total pandemonium at the end.
Yeah, that's a wild video.
Well, yeah, all right,
It's
I'll
a
tell
cool
us.
one.
Gothic. Yeah.
It's
No, kind of. Yeah.
it's got a little comedy in the end.
Yeah.
I hope that was comedy. Otherwise, yeah, it's very dark.
No, it was pretty cool because he had to put contacts in there, like
Yeah,
that's how his
yeah,
eyes
yeah.
went all white and everything, right? And
Yeah.
it took like probably an hour, right, just for him to get him in because he's never done something like that before, right?
Oh yeah, if you don't wear contacts, putting
Yeah.
contacts in is not easy.
Yeah, I mean, thank God I wasn't doing it because
No.
I don't know how he did it, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Aaron Alter is the guy who directed it. Really talented guy, eh? Fantastic productions he makes. But he told me, he says, "Okay, Matt, we're gonna get your drum set on the bed." I'm thinking, what are you talking about? Drum set on the bed. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna put your drums on the bed." I said, "Okay, all right, I'll try it out." So I just put my kick up there, one tom. I didn't put the floor tom up there. There wasn't enough room, and I got my snare and my hi-hat, and that was it. So for a couple of the live takes in the end there, right, where we play along to, the last part of the song there, I almost fell off the bed a couple times. My stool almost fell backwards.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was different, and it was fun, right? I'm glad I did it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They had Kevin upside down in the
Yeah.
chair playing, right? He couldn't breathe while he was there doing it. He just going through, praying for it to be over, and then Galen was underneath the bed playing, and Everett's playing, going crazy. It was great. It was great. And the Fallen Angels video, that was really cool. It was done at a place in Hamilton. I think it was called Digital Canneries. That was the place. It was by the docks down there. Big warehouse.
Yeah.
And they had about, I think it was like 30 different movie sets in there.
Oh yeah.
People use it for shows and
Wow.
small, low budget stuff, right, and whatnot. But yeah, that's where the jail was and the little house he was in and what we were in at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
sorry, I got a question about how much it is to make like a clip video for the music clip video. How much is it approved? Like, I don't know if it's
cost?
Yeah, it's a cost. Sorry.
Yeah, man, about 2,500 to 3,000.
Okay.
Holy crap! That's
Yeah, it's quite a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of money. We've all invested in the band. I mean, recording, and it's like the cost never ended. It's like, all right, guys, this is how much we owe for this round of the masters, this round of the roughs, and this round of this revision, and the logos, and all of our logo work is done by a gentleman, Theo Caps. The guy's fantastic, very talented artist. But he's worth every penny. All the guys we work with, they're worth every penny.
Well, it's nice.
Super talented. They're just great, fun to work with. And
the stuff I've noticed with Nervecast in particular is there's generally a continuity too. You're not just doing something one day and then somebody else the next day. I mean, you make change when you need to make change, but otherwise there's a continuity which is also how the band is. It evolves, but it's so there's still a unity to it. And Theo, I think, is also the guy that made the one animated video, because you did have a third video.
Yeah, the animated video for Locked and Loaded.
Locked and Loaded, and that is just amazing stuff. I've always found. I always think back when I think of musical movies. Pink Floyd, The Wall, the movie. I think as Alan Carter, I want to say, was the director, but that was like early '80s when it came out, so that CGI didn't really exist.
State of the art at the time, right?
Right. But just the concept of animation and music and how it's tied into a storyline, that's still kind of a standard for me as to how they did it. It's not about the quality of the the animation. It's just how they bring it together.
The journey, right?
Yeah,
How they got there.
it's
Yeah.
really it's very well done, and so that's what I look for when I see stuff. I know you can with tech today, you can be much less talented of a creator and put something out, but you know, when I watch Locked and Loaded, I'm like, no, this guy's
Knows
he's
his
got
stuff.
it together. The story's put together, the quality, yeah, it all fits, and I mean, it's a really cool video, and it's neat to see. You see that, and then you see the live action video, and it's like, yeah, this is you guys are really all in, right?
Yeah, go big or go home, man.
That's right.
That's
So,
the way it goes.
let's mention some dates. You've got your next show announced, Joe, is May 20. Of course, I wrote all the dates down, and for May, I wrote MY without a number. This is very good. Thankfully, I believe it means May 25th in Oshawa. So the next Nerfcast show is in Oshawa, May 25th. You're playing with a bunch of bands. One of them is Band Against Humanity. I mentioned them because we're going to get one of their songs on in a bit, and they're going to be on the show later on this year. So, need a full report back, Matthew. How are they? What kind of guys they are? I need all the behind-the-scenes stuff,
Will do. No
right?
problem.
And then I can then we can surprise them on the show and say, hey, well, what about this? No, we won't do that. Well, it depends what you find. Who knows, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
we'll play a tune from